Hi everyone. Today we will create a subclass or a child of a parent class, and we'll see how the methods are inherited. So today's example is on inheritance. Now before that, we have created this parent class, and we created methods over here, and we also created attributes, and this is what encapsulation is all about. The variables public, protected and private, and methods are encapsulated within this class, parent class. And now we will look into the inheritance part. So what we will do is we will take this parent class as the super class, and we will create the child class. So what I will do is I will now write child, sorry, child class, and let's click on create. I have removed the final button because I just want to ensure that I can create some more grandchild classes also. So I will write the child class, and we click on save local object. Now in the properties, let's click on super class, and so I came on in properties and I clicked on super class. So this field is enabled over here, super class. And now I will give the parent class name over here, ZCL parent class, as the super class name. So what will happen is the attributes, if you see, they are blank over here, and methods are also blank. Now let's click on activate. Once I click on activate, if you see, the attributes of the super class have been inherited, and the methods of the super class have been inherited. So let's go to the properties tab, and if we double click on the parent class over here, we will see there are three attributes over here: public, protected and private, and three methods over here: public, protected and private. Now if I click on back over here, it will bring me back to the child class, and where I have mentioned this is my parent class. So now what happens over here, because this child class inherits the attributes and methods of the parent class, only those attributes which are public and protected are available in the child class. The parents public and protected attributes are available in the child class. However, the private attribute is not available in the child class. Similarly, in case of methods also, only the public and protected method is available in the child class, and the private method is not available in the child class for usage. So this is the now with this example we are covering abstraction and encapsulation also. So sorry, the encapsulation and inheritance together. So in the parent class we have attributes, three attributes and three methods which are encapsulated over here in the parent class. And if you see in the child class, the child has attributed only two of the attribute types, which is public and protected, and methods also only public and protected. So if you see, the attributes of the parent class are encapsulated and are specific to the parent class, the private attributes, whereas the public and protected are exposed to the outside world, the public method and attribute, and the protected attribute and method is only available in the child class. So if you see in this example, we have covered encapsulation and inheritance both. Now what we will do is we will go to the calling program in SE38. Okay, and now I will write call child. Let's click on Sorry, it got hung. SE38 taking a long time. So there is one more button over here in the meantime. If you see, there is a filter button. If we click on this filter button, what will happen is only those attributes and methods which have not been inherited will be visible. As of now, both the attributes are inherited, so they are not visible. If I uncheck this, the inherited attributes and methods are also visible. Same is the case over here. Now let's see if this SE38 is available over here. Now instead of call parent, we will write called child and click on create. Executable, save, local. Now data lr child type ref to zcl child class. Let's check there is no error over here. And now in pattern, create object lr child zcl child class. So a object is created. Now let's click on pattern again. Here let's write lr child lr child zcl child class. And here, so the two methods which are available is protected and public. If you see over here, let's call the public method, and let's also try calling the protected method over here. So again, let's use pattern, and instead of pub, I will do pro. And now let's try to do a check. Again, it will throw error that the protected method is not available. It's simply because I'm trying to call this method from the external program, which is not possible from any other third party or third program, which from where which you try to instantiate a class. Only the public methods and attributes are available, whereas the protected methods are not available. So that is why this protected method is only available over here in the child class. Now this is the method. If I double click on it, it will show me the method of the parent class over here. So now what we will do is we will activate this and I will execute this program. So it called a public method, and within this public methods, the two previous methods of the parent class are called the protected method and the private method. Now what we will do is we will redefine the protected method. So there is a button over here in the child class. I have entered the child class in SE24 Tcode, and this is the protected method. Now what I will do is I will click on redefine over here, this redefine button. Now I have option of calling the super protected method, or else I have option of calling the writing a completely new code. So what I will do is, I will over here I will write protected method completely redefined. Okay, and I will do Control F2. I'll come back and I will click on activate. Now let's come to the calling program over here, and I will put a breakpoint over here and we'll execute this. So what happens is, I'm calling the public method over here. Now if you see, it will call the public method of the parent class, and then it will call the protected method. Now what happens is, if you see, the protected method of the child class has been called, and this statement protected method completely redefined will be printed. So again, let us understand this call stack also over here. I will go in desktop too. So from the program, I have called the public method of the child class over here, which calls the public method of the parent class, because it is not redefined. If you see, it is the public method of the parent class, and from the public method of the parent class, the protected method is called. And because the protected method is redefined in the child class, the protected method of the child class is called. So this is very important. Again, I am showing you that in the report, the public method of the child class, the type ref to is child, LR child is type ref to the ZCL child class, and that calls the public method of the parent class because this is not redefined. However, within the public method, again the protected method is called, and because the object is instantiated for ZCL child, and in ZCL child the protected method is rewritten. Once you go in the protected method, it is pointing to the ZCL child. So this is little bit tricky and it will take you time to understand, but this is what is called as inheritance, and within inheritance you are redefining certain method. So in this case, the protected method has been redefined. That is why it is pointing to the redefined protected method, and because I haven't called a superclass method, it is being completely redefined. So I'll execute it. Now if you see over here, it is inside the public method of the parent class, calling the protected method inside the public method. And now what happens is, protected method completely redefined gets called. After that, again the private method is called within the public method, and then the private method code is called. So this part is very important. In this case, we have redefined the protected method completely. Now let us give a final try, wherein within this redefined protected method, we will call the super method. Now let us call. So just to summarize, now within this class, within the protected method, what we have done is, we will be first calling the super method, super class method, and then we will call the child class specific code, which is this line, which is protected method, completely redefined. Now I will execute this calling program once again, wherein the ZCL child has been instantiated and a public method is called. So let's execute this. So what happens is the child object type ref to child is instantiated. So LR child is of type ref to child. Now what will happen? The public method will be called. So now if you see, we are in the desktop 2. The method which gets called is from the ZCL parent class because public method is not redefined. So the parent class code is called. Now it will call the protected method. So because the protected method is redefined, it is pointing to the child. Method protected is pointing to the child in the stack. And the previous stack has the public method of the parent class because it is not redefined. Now if I click on F5 over here, it will take me to the super class protected method. Now if you see over here, the super class protected method is called. The super class is ZCL parent class and the protected superclass method is called. So if you see in the stack, there are two protected methods which are called. One which is the redefined method in the child class, and because the superclass method is called, the parent class is there in the stack and the parent class method protected is called within the stack. Now again, it has come out of this super class method call, and now it is typing protected method completely redefined, and we'll execute it again. Now it will call the private method. Now the private method is not redefined, and it cannot be redefined because it will be in the parent class only. So it will print the private method inside private method and come out of it. So if you see, first the public method was called. Now within that, again the super method was called. So inside the protected method came in, and then because this is redefined, after the super method, the protected method completely redefined statement is printed, and then the private method code is printed. So to summarize, now we have encapsulated the attributes and methods in the parent class. If you see, only the public and protected attributes and methods are exposed to the subclass, and only the public attribute and method is exposed to the outside world. Okay, and in the child class, you can redefine the. First of all, the child class inherits the public and protected attributes of the parent class, and same with the methods. Public and protected methods are inherited, and then you can definitely redefine the method, either the public or protected in the child class, or use the what it is implemented in the parent class. Reuse it in the parent class. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.